Hi everyone, Lee Goldstein here. And what I'd like to do is show you how I do my preparation for whether or not I decide if I want to take a trade or not. Tonight, this evening, we have the Australian Monetary Minutes. So what I'll do is I'll go to Forex Factory, uh, which I have loaded, preloaded, which I always do anyway, and I'll go to the Monetary Policy Minutes, details I'll click on, and then you get a history of the various dates the report took place previously. So I'll write down a couple of those, and then I will apply the trap trade or the specific HIRA to those dates. Okay. Now, there's one other interesting thing on investing.com. When you click on the trade, the monetary policy minutes, for instance, you'll get release dates of the previous reports. But what investing.com does that Forex Factory doesn't do is it takes into account daylight savings time, which saves you so much time for screwing up. So 1930, 2030, you could see there was daylight savings time. So I use investing.com to double check the times of the reports so I don't have to waste my time doing it twice when I get an incorrect starting time from Forex Factory. If somebody knows if Forex Factory is doing it, let me know because I might be wrong. I never really looked all that seriously into it. Okay, so then what I want to do, I get the dates of the report. And then, for instance, the last report was 12/14. So I'll go into my Ninja, I'll go into Utilities, download replay data, and then you'll get this little menu. I'll go to the date, and remember we're looking 12/16/2015. Click back to December 2015, and we said it was the 14th, actually, now that I'm checking it. And then you have to put in the type of future that you're dealing with. So it's the 6A, it's 12/15, we're 12/14, we're right on the border. I would say we're using 6A 316 is going to be acceptable. I'll download it, and you only really need the level 1 data. If you're in doubt at all because the date is so close to the previous month's contract, I'll download it again. Okay, same date, 12/14. And this time I'll download 6A 12/15 instead of 6A 316. And you can see that it happened really fast, so that was the incorrect one. The correct one is the 316. So now the data is downloaded into Ninja, and then generally what I'll do is restart Ninja because sometimes you have to do that to get the data. So I'm going to pause the video. Okay, like I was saying, sometimes you have to restart Ninja so that the downloaded data shows up. So now you've got to actually exit. One thing to make sure of is that make sure you're connected to your data provider live when you download the data. Then what you're going to do is disconnect from your data provider and then reconnect to Market Replay. I'm going to pause and I'll be right back. So I've set up the trap trade strategy, 2 tiers. I'm just going to make sure I enable it and make it true so that it'll work. And then you got to make sure that your account is on replay. Apply it, okay it. You've got your logo there, your icon, and then what you have to do is make sure you use the go to command, or it'll reset your strategy and zero it out. You'll have to redo the whole strategy again. So let me say that again, it's very important. When you get set to the beginning of where you're going to start your trade on replay, use the go to command on the box there. Go to. Okay, so remember it was 12/14. It was a 7:30 trade, so we've got 7/29. Make sure you type it correctly, 29. And then with a trap trade, I like to set my trap trade where I need this to be 20 seconds or so because I set my trap trade a little bit shorter than Jay sets his. And make sure you put that on PM. Okay it. And then there's a weird little bug that I have in Ninja. It didn't do it this time, but sometimes when it populates my instrument, they're not populated properly. And what I have to do, just in case you run into this, is I have to load any random instrument, doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's not the one that I'm using. And then I put in the one that I'm using, and we were on 12, 14, 15, so we're 6A, 3, 16. So I made a mistake on the date. Make sure you don't do what I just did on the go to. Make sure your year is correct. Okay? Obviously, that's going to be important. And the reason I got that error is because I'm a dope and I had the wrong date. No, I didn't. So let me check this out. Now, I could have started the video over, but all I did wrong was when I was showing you what I was doing, I made the year 2016 for the wrong data for December, and obviously we haven't been in December yet, so that's why Ninja gave us this error. So just make sure that your date of the replay is correct. And also then you want to make sure your chart instrument is the correct instrument. And sometimes there'll be different years. For instance, this particular replay is December 14th, 2015, but the contract that we trade on is actually the March 2016 expiration date. Okay, so I've set up the trap trade, I've downloaded the data, I'm in replay mode, and let's see what happens on the trade. Hopefully I set it up properly, and we will see in a second if I did it right because we'll get our tiers. And the tiers should be showing
Order
up.
pending.
And here they are. So basically with tiers, your upper tiers, you're setting above sitting on support. Your lower tiers are sitting right under resistance. I kind of like where things are. We've got, you've got a bunch of moving averages. It's in the middle, so moving it up and it's just not necessary. I think we can actually leave things where they are. Remember, with a trap trade, we want to move fast one way or the other. If you don't get it, then within 20 to 30 seconds, according to Jay, you're allowed to cancel the trade. So already it's 7:30 and 20 seconds. We get ready to cancel this trade because the trap trade, the key is to have movement. And when you don't get that movement, the trade will often fail. So I'm going to stop the replay because you can see here we're 7:30 and 35 seconds. The trade has not filled. So in theory, we could say that this would be a canceled trade. Just for fun, we're going to play it out a little bit. I'll speed it up a little bit by hitting these arrows. We're 4 times normal speed. Let's see what happened. And still we're not getting much action.
Order pending.
Finally, okay, I'm going to stop it and just go to normal speed because it's best to, adjust the trade at normal speed so you get a good feel for what you're doing. So already not much action, so I'll combine the two buys into one. It makes it easier. I'm going to move it up there. I probably should have done it the other way around. But we're not getting a whole lot of action in this trade, so I would probably look to get out of it because we're 1 tier short, okay? Our stop, I made a mistake. Do you guys know what that mistake was? I combined these when we didn't really have two contracts that filled. So
Order
what you can do
canceled.
quickly is cancel it and then set a buy limit. I hope I'm right. Let's see what happens.
Order pending.
And we only want one, and we are short, so that will buy us out of the position if it goes down. Not much happening. We're down $30 theoretically. Trap trades, according to Jay, really do show you how they're going to work. That because they go against the grain with limit orders, that they work properly in sim, where breakouts because of fills and slippage never will work properly. So this trade really didn't do anything. As you saw, it would have been a cancel. Speeding it up doesn't really do much because the trade's just not, it just didn't move much. So the cancel made sense. It would have saved you a few dollars. If you hate the way the trade's going, whoops, don't do that. You move your stop, and that could get you pretty close to being out of the trade.
Order filled. Order
Cancel everything
canceled.
so you don't get put back in the market,
Order canceled.
and then go up and cancel your trade. Okay, so a little bit imperfect trading, but trading is imperfect, as you know. If I was perfect every time, I wouldn't be here. I'd be in Hawaii living it up. So that was hopefully an educational video on checking and testing a previous trap trade. So that was December 14th. Not exciting, which doesn't make me super excited about trading tonight. What I'll do is one more test, a different date, and see if the Australian monetary minutes look exciting enough to trade for me. Everybody has different needs and desires and what they're looking for in a trade. Somebody might like a slower trade to practice or just to get used to things in real time rather than in sim. So I hope this video was educational and helped. You can reach me procol33 at AOL.com. PROCOL33 AOL.com. Again, I'm Lee Goldstein, and this is over and out for Job Software.